those of you at home, here's your warm-up. Ba-boom. Suppose the figures below are congruent. Can you write a congruent statement for the pair? Pause the video, do that, and then unpause because we're ready to go here. Let's see here, guys. So just so you know, this is what a level 1 is going to look like for your skill check tomorrow. I'm just going to give you 2 congruent figures or 2 similar figures, and the only thing you have to do is write the congruence or similarity statement. Okay? So for this one, let's go ahead and clip that off. Okay. Let's see here. Clip that. Open that. Let's see here. So, Huibing, which of these figures did you want to start with? Okay. So if we start with zebra, Z-E-B-R-A, we're going to say that that is congruent to what lines up with Z, Huibing? S, and then what lines up with E? Yeah, and the nice thing from there is that after it's gone from S to L, it just has to follow the figure. It can't do anything else. So that would work out right there. Now let's say that you didn't want to do it sloth and zebra. What if you wanted to do Elshto? What about Elshto? How would I line that up so it was congruent with Elshto? Let's see here. So, Jaden, what am I going to start with on zebra if I went Elshto? E, and then after that? Z, and then keep going. Hmm? Oh, yep. And finally, yeah. Elshto is congruent to Ezarb. Very good. So that's the idea. How many of us feel like we could do that without too much trouble? Because that's what a level 1 is. It's weird. We're actually going to talk about the level 1s and 2s today. We've already done the level 3s and 4s. So let's see what we can do. It's the 125th day of school, guys. You know that since we can mathematically write 125 using the digits 1, 2, and 5, it's a Friedman number. So that is to say, 121 is a Friedman number, because I can use 1, 1, and 2 to get it, because I can do 11 squared. Does that make sense? Yeah. I use the 1, I use the 1, I use the 2. Does anybody think they know how to write 125 with 1, 2, and 5? Bradley thinks he's got it. That is exactly what it is. Perfect, because 1 plus 2 is 3, and 5 to the third is 125. Friedman numbers are fun. I like them. Happy take a nap at work day. Yeah, I know, for sure, guys. Don't forget, technically, guys, you're not at work. Technically, guys, you're not at work. I'm at work, though, so I'll just take a quick nap under my desk here. All right, let's see here. Arden, what's our first essential question today? Yeah, go ahead and write that down. How can I use congruent and similar figures to calculate unknown side lengths? Awesome. We'll talk about that soon. Let's see here. Indeed. Our Jeopardy this week is the X-Men. Logan, a.k.a. James Howlett, a.k.a. this superhero name, is the best at what he does, but what he does isn't very nice. That is indeed Wolverine. And then dinosaurs, that's a Triceratops. That's a Triceratops. Yay. All right, let's see here. We got that going. Hey, before I get started with these notes, I do have a quick announcement. I have the most delightful news. Did anybody check their time card and already knows what the delightful news is? You didn't see what the delightful news is. Vivian, this news will probably make you unhappy, actually, but it's going to make them very happy. We've got it cleared from the State Board of Education that you guys do not have to take the 7th grade RISE test. That you only have to take the 8th grade one. You don't have to take two. I know Vivian over there is like, yeah, thanks Board of Education. Like, you couldn't have done that last year, right? That was the pits. It was so bad. It's like it was the worst having to take both of them. But you guys do not have to take both of them anymore. You only have to take the 8th grade one, and we're just. They said we could give you the 7th grade one if we wanted to, but we do not want to do that. So we're good. All right, guys. No, we don't want. I would never do that. Never. Like, I no, it's bad. All right. Anyway, here we go. Got a pencil? Today we're using similarity and congruence. Okay. Using similarity, Gesundheit, and congruence. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw this figure here. Okay. I'm going to draw a triangle like so. And we're going to name that triangle Meg. Okay. And then we're going to draw a triangle over here. No, Kate, we couldn't do Bob, right? So we're going to name her Pam. Pam. Yep, Meg and Pam. Okay. So we're going to say that Meg is congruent to amp. Okay? Meg is congruent to amp. Right, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to line up Meg is congruent to Pam, right? Because, for example, if I tell you that the measure of angle M right here is 62.8 degrees, what can you tell me about Pam over here? What can you tell me about Pam over here? So when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, what can you tell me about Pam? Teach! Oh, crab apples. You're right. I did that wrong. Here, let's get through this one really quick. Let's get through this really quick. You're right. You're right. You're right. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Someone pointed it out. You're right. They can't be that. So it is the very common name, par. Par. And so now Meg is congruent to ARP. Sorry. Yes, maybe Meg is a seal, and that's what she says. ARP, ARP, ARP. Anyway, so let's see what we got here, guys. I apologize for that. Well done. Let's see here. Truman, what can you tell me about par, given that the measure of angle M is 62.8 degrees? That's right, 62.8 degrees. Love that. Beautiful. What if I told you guys that the measure of angle R was 70.1 degrees? I actually think you could tell me all the rest of these angles. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, tell me what the measure of all the rest of those angles are. Teach! Okay. All right, guys. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. James, which of these angles made the most sense to fill in now that I know that the measure of angle R is 70.1 degrees? P? Okay, and what was the measure of angle P? Yeah, tell me what you're doing. 70.1 and 62.8, yeah. Okay, and what am I going to do with that? Love that. And what do you get? Awesome. 47.1 degrees. Love that very much. Let's see here. Which one do you want to find next? Holland, what's the next one that makes the most sense for you to find? Yeah, yeah, yeah. E. And what's the measure of angle E? That's right, because E lines up with R in my statement, 70.1 degrees. And how about G? Perfect. Gesundheit. Awesome. How many of us are able to get that? Aren't too alarmed. Okay. What if I told you that the measure of angle EG was 8 meters? What could you tell me? The measure of angle EG is 8 meters. What could you tell me about par? Teach, teach. Here, let's make sure we're taking notes as well, right? Doodling's fine, but I need the notes too. Yeah. Who's saying? Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. Okay. You have a phone on you? Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Thank you. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Thomas, what can you tell me about par if I tell you that EG is 8 meters? Yes, RP is also 8 meters because the RP lines up with EG. Perfect. What if I told you that the measure of RP was equal to 6x minus 2 meters? When I say teach, I want you guys to say, okay, can you tell me what x is? Could you tell me what x is if I told you that RP was 6x minus 2? Or, excuse me, 6x plus 2. I was thinking of that wrong. Y equals 6x plus 2. Give it a try, and here we go. Teach, teach. Okay. All right. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. What did you get for X? And let's see if we can get that from LED. What did you get for X there? X equals 1, right? Since we know that 6x plus 2 equals 8, you take away 2 from both sides. 6x equals 6. Divide both sides by 6, and you get x equals 1. Perfect. Very good. Last thing we're going to say about these two figures is what if I told you that ME was 3g plus 2 meters and AR was 5g meters? Can you tell me what g is and also what the measure of ME is? Talk to each other and let's see how that goes. Teach, teach. Okay. All right. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Thomas, what do we know about ME and AR? They're the same. So we're going to set them up as equal. 3G plus 2 then has to be equal to 5G. How would you solve that equation there, Thomas? So we could do that. I'm thinking that maybe we want to put these G's together first, though. Because if I do a minus 2, all it's going to give me is 3g equals 5g minus 2. And that doesn't really seem to have gotten me anywhere. You know what I mean? So what can I do to get the g's put together? Sure, take away 5g from both sides. That gets me negative 2g plus 2 equals 0. And that's just a two-step equation. What would be your next step there, Thomas? Yeah, minus 2. Now we're talking. Negative 2g equals negative 2. And then what's the last step here? Divide both sides by negative 2. Hey, that looks familiar. G is also equal to 1. But how is that going to help me out with what the measure of ME is? Let's see here. Eliana, how am I going to use that to find out what the measure of ME is? How did you get that? Oh, very good, because that would be 5 times 1, and 5 times 1 is 5. That has to be the same. Very good. You could also think of it as 3 times 1 plus 2. Either way you slice it, it's 5 meters. How many of us were able to get there and aren't feeling too bad? That's your level 2s, by the way. Your level 2s would be something like this, except there's not even variables in the level 2. There's not even the levels 2. Yeah. Let's see here, guys. Let's look at similarity, because that's going to be a little bit different. Here we go. Let's see, where's that one that I want? Nope, not that one. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Got a pencil? I'm going to draw a figure that looks a little bit like this. Okay, and that's going to be R-A-F-T, and then this other one over here is going to be something like this. W-I-N-D. Okay, when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, can you write a similarity statement for this so that I say like wind is similar to something, or raft is similar to something, or traff is similar to something, or whatever you want. So go ahead, guys. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, can you write a similarity statement for these? Because that is going to be a level 1. Talk it out and teach. Yeah, that's right. Woohoo. Thank you. Okay, can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see if I can get a little bit of help out there. This one's going to come from a lot of empty seats. Let's see here. Zoe, what is the similarity statement that you came up with? Raft is similar to what? That's okay. Just give me the letters. I agree. NIWD. Very good. Because R lines up with N, A lines up with I, so we're in good shape. So now, something that might happen here is, let's say that this is 4.2 centimeters, and that this is 1.4 centimeters, and that this is 0.8 centimeters. Can you tell me the measure of RA based on the information that I've given you? See what you guys can come up with and teach. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Elizabeth, were you able to find the measure of RA? How did you do it? And that gives you the scale factor. What is that? 3. Great. And then what'd you do? That's right. 3 times 0.8, which is 2.4. So this must be 2.4 centimeters. How many of us were able to get that or see how Elizabeth got that and aren't too alarmed? What if we went the other way? I love it, though. Let's see here. What if I told you that AF was 2.1 centimeters? How could you, what could you tell me about this other figure then? TH. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. That's going to be. Oh, Sadie, what were we able to figure out? For which side length? Awesome. Yeah, WI should be 0.7 centimeters. How many of us either got that or see how Sadie got that and aren't too worried? Here's the nastiest things that could happen to you on a self-assessment. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not on your skill check, okay? This is not on your skill check tomorrow. This is just on your self-assessment. What if I told you that FT was 12x centimeters and that was 2x minus 3 centimeters? See what you guys can do and teach. It's not anymore. This is not going to be part of your level 2s. But this is something that you'll be on the hook for the self-assessment, just not on the skill check, because okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Does anybody have an idea of how we might be able to manage this? Like, what on earth are we supposed to do with something like this? What do you think? Go ahead, Georgie. Yeah, if you do 12x divided by 3, you should get this length right here, which means 4x equals 2x minus 3. Cool. And then what are we going to do with that? Awesome. And that gives me 2x here equals negative 3. And then what do we do there? Yeah, divided by sides by 2. I think I wrote down my problem wrong, but that's okay. You get the idea. Because what's the problem with that, guys? That's not good that just happened. I'll tell you right now, Georgie, you did that perfectly, but I set my problem up wrong. I think that was supposed to be a plus sign and not a minus. My apologies. But can someone tell me why this isn't going to work out like in real life? Go ahead, Claire. Now you're going to have a negative length, right? Because technically, 12 times negative 3 halves is negative 18 centimeters. And then WI would be, or excuse me, WD would be negative 6 centimeters. But that's not possible. So I apologize, but you get the process there. Do you get the process there, okay? Awesome. Very good. Hey, when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, we've got about 10 minutes to work on our self-assessments there, guys. There is 14.6A, 14.6B. Mm-hmm. That's your level 1s and level 2s. If you finish those, you can also work on your 14.5. That's your level 4. 14.4 is your level 3. And we'll be good there. Go ahead, guys. Give it a try and teach.